and we'll introduce you to the new president and CEO of the United Way of New York City. Bringing you news, debate, and analysis of New York politics, Inside City Hall starts now. Welcome back to Inside City Hall. 1 week ago, my next guest was named the first woman president and CEO of the United Way of New York City in 75 years. She's long been a rising star in the business community, most recently as the head of the Abyssinian Development Corporation, where she is credited with building nearly 800 residential units over the past 10 years, as well as creating 1,000 jobs in the Abyssinian Schools Division. Joining me now to discuss her plans for the new job is Sheena Wright. Congratulations. So great to see you.
Thank you so much, Errol. I feel blessed. I'm very excited.
Yeah, well, let me embarrass you a little bit, because I gave a little bit of your biography, but people should know that. You know, you were the product of a single-parent household. You started Columbia University at 16 years old, went to Columbia Law School. Let me start by just saying, you know, I've heard your generation referred to as the last generation to which the nation really kept its promises, you know, through things like affirmative action and other, you know, things that seem to be sort of in danger of vanishing now. What is your sense of that?
I think that my generation, there was a fight for equal opportunity, and that fight did open doors for young people like myself. As you said, I came from a low-income family, but my mother was tireless in her efforts to make sure that her children had educational and other opportunities to grow and develop. And if you were able to get those opportunities and take advantage of them, you know, you can really reach your full potential. I think that, you know, the discourse today is a bit different, and that there is a different sense of, you know, who's deserving of opportunities and who isn't. And so I think that there is something to say about that and kind of what are our values as a nation. And
you went on to a corporate law firm, Wachtell Lipton, one of the big firms, and you ended up coming back to development work. Why did you do that?
I was very interested and focused on economic empowerment issues for low-income communities, and wanted to see how I could use my training as a lawyer and in the business community to help the community that I came from. So, you know, I'm excited to be able to do that.
And it worked out spectacularly well at Abyssinian Development Corporation. Let's take a look. There's a picture of some kids that you worked with and helped. And tell us who these young people are.
These are some of our stellar graduates from our Youthful Program. These are young people who've dropped out of high school. They're between the age of 16 and 24. And we had a fantastic program that helped them get their GEDs, go on to college in some instances, and in other instances get really living wage jobs, so really get their lives back on track. And they are some of our students that make me most proud.
With a program like that, is it just a matter of sitting them down and sort of making sure they read and study and get ready for the test, or is there other kind of support you have to give them?
A tremendous amount of support. It's about life skills, it's about confidence, it's about mental toughness, as much as it is about making sure that you are giving them the academic interventions and attention that they need. We have young people that have come through the program a number of occasions that got perfect scores on the GED exam, perfect scores. So they have the intellectual capability, but the school environments were not always conducive to giving them what they needed. So it's a holistic program that has proven very, very successful.
Okay, and I want to show something else that you did. You did this with the head of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, product of New York City Public Housing, by the way, former NYCHA resident. And Patty Harris, the deputy mayor, is there. What's going on there?
That was very exciting, and I think, as you know, as part of my corporate history, really trying to understand what makes corporations want to invest in communities. And Howard Schultz is a leader. You know, he was Fortune magazine's #1 CEO last year, and understood that the health of Starbucks in neighborhoods is absolutely dependent on the health of neighborhoods. So Starbucks wanted to connect the profits from their stores into initiatives like education to make sure that that community can continue to thrive and that the store would continue to thrive as well.
And in this case, the store in question is that always overcrowded one, 125th Street and Lenox Avenue.
Right on the 2-3 line. Yeah. So anybody who goes in there and purchases products, part of the proceeds go to support our work in education.
Okay, one more reason to go up there. Good enough.
Absolutely.
And you've got an announcement. You're going to be doing something next year. I was very surprised to hear about this. Tell us.
We're very excited. We're doing a forum for all the mayoral candidates. You know, we're very focused on advocacy as an organization and institution at the United Way, and making sure that there are policies in place that address the issues and concerns of community. So we're inviting all the mayoral candidates on January 10th in partnership with the New School and the Human Services Council to really lay out some of their plans and hear from the community and the constituents.
Well, you are, as now a leader of the nonprofit community here in New York, where are we as far as corporate giving and corporations standing in the gap that's been left by so many tough budgets that we've seen?
I think we have some work to do. I think more and more corporate CEOs are, like Howard Schultz, are appreciating and understanding that they have a great responsibility to invest in communities, and it is directly, absolutely tied to their own profit and productivity. If we don't invest in education, we don't have a workforce for tomorrow. And I think that that message is getting out more and more, but we have a long way to go.
There are a lot of new companies that are coming up. We hear a lot about the tech sector and so forth. And so these are not the 100-year-old companies that may have understood philanthropy from that sort of historical perspective. Do you have to do sort of new outreach to some of these young tech tycoons?
Absolutely. It's an entirely new day, and the way technology shapes the way we live, the way we give. If you look at the presidential campaigns and how people are donating online. So we have to adjust. The philanthropic community needs to adjust. I think, online giving is extremely small at this point, but it's poised to grow. So the Googles, the Facebooks, and they have, young corporate executives who understand, I think, their role in participating as business leaders in this great city and its advancement. And as I said, making sure that they have a workforce for tomorrow.
Well, it seems like I get an email almost every day from somebody asking me to sign on to some cause or donate some money to some online sort of a thing. Does that compete with or transform your core product? I mean, the United Way, the core product, is, as I understand, is to this day is the dues checkoff. I mean, or the salary checkoff, right? You have a list of charities. You let a certain amount get taken out of your paycheck to go to that. How do you survive in a new world like this?
It's actually a multi-layered approach. So the United Way is an umbrella organization for smaller nonprofits and helps get them needed resources. So that's one part, a portion of what we do. Another portion of what we do is actually working with community-based organizations that are providing direct service on the ground more directly. We innovate, we create new initiatives and programs, we research those, and we issue reports on how to scale the solutions that we find. We do also a lot of advocacy, like we're doing with this mayoral campaign, and really trying to go from the programs on the ground that are working, to making sure that policies are changed to have wide-scale systemic change. Another big thing that the United Way does is volunteerism. People want to connect more than just checking the box or writing a check. They want to also lend their time and their talent in addition to their treasure. The United Way has tremendous vehicles for volunteerism in the corporate world as well.
Okay, we look forward to hearing much more about it. Again, congratulations on this big step, and we look forward to talking again real soon.
Absolutely.